fourth generation Ram 1500 is one of the best used trucks Ram ever built, but it is not perfect. If you are looking at a 2009 through 2017 Ram, there are 5 problems you need to know before they turn into expensive repairs. I am Buck, 12 years as a Mopar dealer tech, and I have had these trucks on my lift more times than I can count. Some of these problems are small, some are annoying, and one of them can cost you an engine if you ignore it too long. So today I am going through the top 5 problems on the fourth generation Ram 1500, what the symptoms look like, what causes them, and what you should check before buying one. If you own a Ram or you are shopping for one, hit subscribe while you're here. This channel is built to help Ram owners catch problems early, save money, and avoid the repairs nobody warns you about. Let's get into it. Number 5, the brake transmission shift interlock problem. This one sounds small, but it is a safety issue. On some 4th gen Ram trucks, especially trucks with the column shifter, the brake transmission shift interlock can act up. This system is supposed to stop the shifter from moving out of park unless your foot is on the brake. That matters because without it, the truck can be shifted into reverse, neutral, or drive when it should not be able to move. If the interlock pin or mechanism sticks, the truck may think your foot is on the brake even when it is not. That means the shifter can move without the brake pedal being pressed. A lot of owners do not notice this right away because they are used to stepping on the brake before shifting. But if you are buying one of these trucks, test it. Park on level ground, keep the truck secure, do not press the brake, and gently see if the shifter wants to move out of park. It should not. The fix depends on what failed. Sometimes it is a mechanical issue inside the column. Sometimes the pin or lock mechanism sticks. Sometimes the body control module may need a reprogram, depending on the exact truck and issue. But if the mechanical part is sticking or worn, cleaning or replacing the failed piece is usually the real fix. This is also why I always tell owners to use the parking brake, especially on hills. Do not let the whole weight of the truck sit on the park pile inside the transmission. Set the parking brake first, then shift into park. It is a small habit that reduces stress and keeps the truck safer. Number 4, the TIPM electrical problem. The TIPM stands for Totally Integrated Power Module. In simple words, it is a major electrical control center under the hood. It handles fuses, relays, and power distribution for a long list of systems: fuel pump, wipers, blower motor, windows, heated seats, trailer brake functions, and more can all be tied into this box. The problem is moisture and corrosion. On these trucks, the TIPM is not as sealed as owners think. Water, humidity, dirt, and corrosion can get inside or around the connections. Once that happens, the truck can start acting possessed. You may see wipers turn on by themselves. The fuel pump may keep running, windows may act strange, the blower motor may stop working. You may get random electrical issues that come and go with no clear pattern. That is what makes this problem frustrating. One day the truck is fine, the next day, 3 different systems act weird at the same time. If you see that kind of behavior on a 4th gen Ram, do not immediately start replacing random parts. Check the TIPM, open the cover, inspect the fuses, look for green or blue corrosion, moisture, burnt spots, or loose connections. If you see corrosion where you can see it, there may be more corrosion where you cannot see it. Sometimes cleaning a small area or replacing a fuse helps for a short time. But if the internal board is corroded or damaged, the problem usually comes back. At that point, the real fix may be replacing or repairing the TIPM. It is not the cheapest repair, but it is better than throwing parts at the truck for months. If this is already sounding like the kind of problem you have seen before, hit subscribe. I cover these Ram electrical issues because they are exactly the kind of problem that can drain your wallet if nobody points you in the right direction. Number 3, Hemi cam and lifter failure. This is the problem every 5.7 Hemi owner has heard about, the famous Hemi tick. Now, not every tick is a destroyed cam. Sometimes the tick is an exhaust manifold leak, which is common on these trucks. But if the noise is coming from inside the engine, especially if it stays after warm-up or comes with a misfire, you need to take it seriously. The 4th gen Ram used the 5.7 Hemi for most of its run, and cam and lifter failure became one of the biggest known problems. The lifters ride on the camshaft lobes. When a lifter roller starts to fail, it can stop rolling smoothly. Then it drags across the cam lobe instead of rolling over it. Once that happens, the cam gets wiped, metal starts moving through the oil, and the repair gets expensive fast. The symptoms can include ticking while idling, ticking while driving, rough running, misfire codes, loss of power, or even stalling when shifting between drive and reverse. Some trucks show warning signs early. Some owners ignore the noise until the engine is already damaged. Oil level matters a lot on these engines. Low oil is bad because the top end needs clean, steady lubrication. Overfilled oil is also bad because it can aerate, which means the oil gets full of tiny air bubbles and stops lubricating the way it should. If the engine is making a light tick, the first thing I would check is the oil level and condition. Make sure the truck is on level ground, make sure the oil is not low or overfilled, and make sure the oil is not old and thin. If the noise is light and the oil level was wrong, a proper oil change with the correct oil and a good filter may help. But if the tick has been getting louder, or the engine is stalling, misfiring, or showing metal in the oil, you are probably past the cheap stage. At that point, the truck may need a cam and lifter job or even deeper engine work. My advice is simple. Do not stretch oil changes on a Hemi. Do not trust long intervals if you want the truck to last. Change the oil around every 5,000 miles. Use a quality filter, and do not ignore new engine noises. If you catch the problem early, you may save thousands. If you wait, the engine decides how expensive the repair becomes. Number 2, cooling system problems. 4th-gen Rams can also have cooling system issues, and this is one of those problems that owners ignore until the temperature gauge starts moving. By then, you are already late. Common leak points include the water pump, radiator seams, radiator cap, heater core hoses, hose clamps, and sometimes the heater core inside the dash. The radiator can leak where the aluminum core meets the plastic side tanks. When that happens, you may see crusty coolant residue along the seam. The water pump can also leak or get noisy. Hose clamps can weaken with age. Heater hoses can seep near the firewall. The tricky part is that not every coolant leak is obvious. Sometimes you smell coolant, but do not see a puddle. Sometimes the coolant level keeps dropping slowly. Sometimes the truck only leaks under pressure when the engine is hot. That is why pressure testing matters. If you are inspecting a 4th-gen Ram, check the coolant level when the engine is cold. Look around the radiator seams, the lower corners, the water pump area, the hoses, the thermostat area, and the firewall where the heater hoses enter the cab. Look for green, orange, pink, or white crust depending on the coolant type. Any crusty residue means coolant has been escaping. The fix is simple once the leak is found. Replace the failed part, pressure test the system again, and make sure it holds pressure. Do not keep topping off coolant forever without finding the leak. Low coolant can overheat a Hemi, and overheating is one of the fastest ways to turn a strong engine into a very expensive problem. Also, do not mix random coolant types. Use the correct coolant for the truck. Mixing the wrong coolant can create sludge, clog passages, and cause bigger cooling problems later. Number 1, tailgate latch failure. This one does not sound as serious as an engine or electrical problem, but it can cost you cargo, tools, or worse. On some 4th-gen Ram trucks, the tailgate latch can fail or not fully lock on one side. You close the tailgate, it looks shut, you drive away, and one side is not actually latched. Inside the latch mechanism, a small tab or stop can wear or fail. When that happens, the latch does not lock the way it should. The tailgate may look closed at first, but it can rattle, bounce, or pop open after hitting bumps. If you have tools, lumber, luggage, or work gear in the bed, that is a real problem. This is easy to check. Close the tailgate firmly, then pull on both sides. Do not just check the handle side, check the left and right latch points. The tailgate should be locked evenly on both sides with no loose movement. If one side feels weak, loose, or does not click properly, inspect the latch and striker. Sometimes the latch needs adjustment. Sometimes the striker is worn or misaligned. Sometimes the latch actuator itself needs replacement. Either way, do not ignore it. A tailgate that opens on the road can damage the truck, lose cargo, or create a safety problem for the person behind you. So those are the top 5 problems I would check on a 4th-generation Ram 1500 from 2009 through 2017. Brake transmission shift interlock issues, TIPM electrical problems, Hemi cam and lifter failure, cooling system leaks, and tailgate latch failure. The good news is that the 4th-gen Ram is still one of the best used Ram trucks you can buy if you choose carefully. The 5.7 Hemi can last, The 8-speed trucks can be excellent. Parts are everywhere, and most independent shops know these trucks well. But you need to inspect the common problems before they inspect your wallet. If this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe before you leave. I cover Ram problems, used truck buying advice, dealer tricks, maintenance tips, and repairs that can save owners thousands. Drop a comment with your Ram's year, engine, and mileage, and tell me which problem you have already dealt with. I will see you in the next one.